This is Tech Gears. My name is Levi, and today we're doing the final personal review on the Sony A7C. All right, so we're going to jump into this little joy right here, and I'm going to tell you why I'm selling it, what I'm upgrading to, what I'm going to miss, what it could do better for the next version, and is it still good for you here in 2022? So let's start off with the Sony A7C is about the size of any APS-C camera. I have a Sony 6100 and this is about the same size except it's a full frame. So you're getting full frame, high quality autofocus. This came around the same time as the A7R4. And the best thing about this camera is, and hopefully you can kind of see here, this actually has a bottom grip that just makes it a little bit more comfortable for me. I can take that off, I can make it smaller, I can add a larger small rig cage grip to use it with larger lenses, or keep it tiny and use it with tiny prime lenses. The adaptability is amazing, and if you're using this for vlogging, for personal work, for professional work, it works incredibly well. So why am I selling this? Well, this was a kind of a milestone in my professional journey as a photographer, videographer, and as I'm getting more paying gigs, this is something I do want to upgrade in order to match the colors, the 10-bit output that I'm getting from my A7 IV that I love. So I'm actually selling this to get probably an FX3. Might be an A7S III, I'm still deciding. And when I got this, I was able to start doing more professional work that I just wasn't comfortable doing in my APS-C. I was able to do more indoor gigs because of the low light performance of it. I was able to use better lenses with it and take advantage of that full frame and really see a bigger difference than I did on crop sensors. And what I liked about it is being able to use a larger zoom, being able to make it tiny, use a prime and take it to a family get together and it just looks like a tiny camera. And it was just so versatile. I love the fact that I can use this for photos, for videos. And the reason I'm going to be, let's say, going to the FX3 is because I'm doing more videos professionally. And one of the things I'm going to miss about it is the ability that even though this has less buttons, even though this only has one dial that has less function buttons, it just made it easier and more fun to use. It's kind of why a lot of users kind of use Fuji, where maybe they're doing professional, maybe they're not, but they're really just enjoying using their camera. And that's what I really got out of this. And I'm going to the FX3 so I can get that matching color that I got from my A7 IV. I'm using it so I can use my full frame glass. And one big thing, even though I love Catalyst browse on this and the image stabilization, or I can use a gimbal with it, the active steady shot that I'm using on, say, something like the ZV-1 here, or on my A7 IV, and now that will be on the FX3, I just find really enjoyable and really effective. So being able to use active steady shot, get the colors, and from the FX3 having a similar form factor where there's nothing on top, it's a little bit easier to carry around. And as I get more professional gigs and I build my rig, I think the FX3 is gonna be able to grow with me more. So I'm sad to see this go. This is an incredible camera for anyone out there, for anyone from just starting all the way to kind of a B camera for professionals. I can still definitely say this thing is awesome and so much fun to use. Now, I wish in the next version, they'll do exactly what they did with the A7 III and use the A7 IV, kind of trim it down, make it smaller, maybe take away some of the buttons, but essentially it's the same camera. Cheapen the price a little bit from that $24.95 on the A7 IV to maybe $20.95 or $21.95 for an A7C2, and I'll probably get it again. I actually might sell my A7 IV for that if this has all the internals. But right now, I'm excited to sell it, get the FX3. I also sold one of my crop sensors, a couple of my lenses, so it is definitely an investment in in my professional career and where I'm going, and as well as pricing on these. The cheapest I've seen these are about 1,200. Right now they're going from about 14 to 1,600, and that's kind of where I charge and I got for mine. And for that price, you're paying the same amount for a full frame, high end, 10 frames per second, high downsampled 4K video, full frame sensor that you would for a crop censored R7 from Canon, for a crop censored 6600 from Sony. So to get a full frame lens for the same price, and if not cheaper on the used market, it just makes so much sense. If you're able to do it, go ahead and do it. And as far as using crop lenses, which I'm not opposed to, and people are saying you lose some of the benefit, you're still getting that low light performance on a full frame, even on the crop sensor lens. And this at 10 megapixels still looks great when there's folks using the A7S III at 12 megapixels saying, hey, it's enough. Yeah, I mean, an A7 IV, I'm still getting 14 or 15 megapixels. So I'm going to miss that ability to crop in a little bit for photography, which you really can't do on the FX3 or A7S III. But I'm happy this is going to a new owner that's going to get to enjoy it, and I can highly recommend it to any users who are debating what to get next. Guys, if you have any questions or if you want to have my personal experience or any comparisons, I can definitely do one in the future. But this is Levi with Tech Gears. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll come at you later.